Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, real quick reminder. Make sure you go look at this video. Find this thumbnail 2 videos back on this channel because the drawing is this Sunday, the 17th. Don't miss your chance to win up to $500. Now, let's get into the video. Alright, so y'all know I took 6 days off last week, and I came back to work on Thursday. So let's just talk about everything that happened. Thursday, I woke up, I had a pre-assignment, and I was scheduled to do a live load in Houston to take it to Baton Rouge for 1 o'clock. I was ready to go at 7, but okay, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 260 miles away, not a big deal, I'll deliver the next morning. So, but later on that morning, it got pushed back to 1600, 4 p.m. I was like, no, that ain't gonna work for me. Because all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna get the load and I'm gonna park. Because my work hours, 6, 7 a.m., 6, 7 p.m. and I'm parked. Well, right now it's 5:25 and I just parked. I'll tell you why in a minute. So I called him, I was like, listen, this is not gonna work for my schedule. I'm not a nighttime driver, I'm a daytime driver, right? I mean, this is not gonna be good for me, for Schneider, or the customer. So we got to figure something out here, because this load, since they pushed it back, it's just not going to be good for anybody. So he's like, okay, let me call the planner, see what I can get figured out. I'll let you know something. A few minutes later, that trip came off of me, and then I was assigned to go to Baytown, Texas, pick up a Walmart load, and take it to Topeka, Kansas. I'm like, all right, cool, that'll work. So I went down to Baytown. This is afternoon now, about noon, 1 o'clock. I went down to Baytown, got the load, and this load was going to Topeka, Kansas. So I drove all the way up to Dallas, the Wilmer OC, and I slept in Wilmer that night, and then went on to Topeka the next day. So when I get to Topeka, I tell the guy, I'm here to drop this off, and I asked him where the empties are. He said they're back there in the back, same area. You're going to pass them when you drop it off. So after I drop the trailer off, I start looking at all the trailers that were supposed to be empty, but they either had seals on them, meaning they was already loaded, or they had zip ties on them. To me, I'm thinking zip ties are just like they're not going to release the trailer, they're going to keep it, or it's full of pallets, or whatever it is. So I'm there for an hour looking at like a dozen different trailers, and they either got seals or zip ties on them. So I contact Schneider, like, listen, there's no empties here. They either got seals or zip ties on them. I mean, there's none here. So they assigned me to go somewhere else to grab an empty. On my way out from the guard shack here, I was like, y'all ain't got empties back here. He looked at me like, what? I was like, dude, all I see are seals and zip ties. He went, oh, well, I should have told you this, but we put zip ties on our empties here. I'm like, what? Why? He's like, oh, that's just the way we do it. I said, why don't you just do it like every other Walmart does? I've been to many of Walmarts, and I've never one time seen a Walmart, or anybody for that matter, put a zip tie on the empty. Now, when I say on the empty, I mean back here at the handles of the doors, zip tied shut where you can't open them up without breaking the seal, or a zip tie. You see a zip tie, seal, or whatever on a door, you just don't touch it. You just ignore it and go on to the next one. That's just the way it is. So anybody who goes to Topeka, Kansas, Walmart DC in Topeka, Kansas, and you're looking for an empty, if you see a zip tie, hey, it's empty. Cut the zip tie off, verify it's empty. As long as it's just a regular old white plain zip tie. There's nothing on it, no U-line, seal, numbers, nothing. So in any case, they sent me down to, I was going to Edgerton, Kansas next for a live load. But by the way, they sent me a place, which they should have sent me to begin with. Well, no, never mind. I would have had it empty on me. But they sent me down there close to Edgerton to get an empty. It was like a mile and a half from where I had to get loaded. So it was a live load. It was an open window, wasn't a specific appointment time, but I got there, got loaded, only 17,000 pounds. That load was going to Garysburg, North Carolina, to a Lowe's distribution center, which is where I'm at right now. We'll get to that in a minute. So I was looking at it, this is Friday, right? Or no, this is Saturday afternoon. I look at this load, I'm like, well, this thing doesn't have to be, it's got a big delivery window. It's like, it don't have to be delivered until Tuesday, by midnight Tuesday. I was like, well, I got to pass Edwardsville, our OC, in right outside of St. Louis. I'm like, this is Saturday. I like my hours the way they are. I was like, let me go ahead and take a chance. Let me go ahead and do a reset. Even though I've only been on duty for like 24 hours at this point. So let me get to Edwardsville, which is 8 p.m. Saturday night. So let me just do a reset, get back to work Monday morning, get this load delivered Tuesday, and I got my fresh 70, right? So my clock's reset. My 70 is fresh on Monday. Y'all have heard me say I like working through the week. Monday to like Saturday, do my reset, get back to work Monday. That's my preferred schedule. I've tried many variables of that just because I wanted to make sure my mind was thinking right. That's where I make the most money. Monday through Saturday, I can grind, I can get miles, I can get loads, I can just run. And I've made the most money off of that schedule. So I'm going to try my best to stick to it. However, on Sunday, I mean, it was cool in St. Louis. It's Sunday afternoon now, about 4 o'clock or so. You know, of course, when you're sitting still and it's not cold, you don't need no comforts, then you leave the engine off to save on fuel. But at times you got to start the engine up because your voltage is getting low. I was at 12.3 on my voltage, so I went up to start the truck. Now, mind you, this whole time I've had this truck, this truck was never one of those turn the key and start kind of deals. I always felt like I had a short in the ignition because sometimes I'd have to turn it, or I have to or press it in and turn it, or relax and turn it, or just kind of wiggle it different ways and turn it before it would finally grab. So I thought it was a short in the ignition. So I'm going to start this truck on Sunday, and it doesn't start. It doesn't do nothing. And it's not even trying to start. It's not even like no click, nothing. So I go. I'm at OC here. Luckily, I'm at OC, not on the road. If I hadn't decided to do the reset there, I'd have been on the road somewhere. Who knows what will happen then? So anyhow, I go and talk to the shop guys. Okay, no worries. Go ahead and drop the trailer. I'll come out with the forklift. I'll tow your truck in. They did that. I'm going to the lobby and I'm waiting. After about 45 minutes, I realize when you're giving up your truck to maintenance, you are to log out of your tablet and disconnect. Well, you don't have to disconnect it from your truck, but I do. Reason being is when they move it, it doesn't trigger your drive time, your work time. It doesn't affect your clock. I forgot to log out of my tablet. So I went in there. I was like, what are the odds of you towing this truck across the lot? You didn't go over 4 miles an hour. He knew what I was leading to. He didn't say where. He just went to the truck, grabbed my tablet for me, and handed it to me. And sure enough, I was on duty. 3 minutes of drive time, and of course, after you sit still for a while, the system will take you off drive time, put you just on duty. So I was able to go back in there and manually edit the on-duty parts, but you cannot edit the drive time at all. So I was thinking, oh shit, let me call regulatory Monday morning. They can do it. I can't do it, but they can do it, right? Wrong. They can't even edit drive time. So I'm the dipshit for not logging out of the tablet. I forgot, okay? I forgot. Screw me. Sue me. I forgot. Screw me. So that interrupted my reset, and there's no way to start it over. So I called regulatory Monday morning. They can't change it, but what I can do is do a paper log for that day, Sunday the 10th. My clock on my ELD is still going to count down to 0. I have to manually keep track of my time and do my reset accordingly. Even though my clock is going to be, my tablet's going to be yelling at me once it goes above 70, which it will here in about another 24 hours of being on duty anyway. It's going to yell at me and 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 yell at me like I'm in violation. But since I did that paper log and I sent it into regulatory, that's going to save me from any violations that I might occur from this ELD electronic log counting down like that, and if I get DOT trouble. So she said drivers usually just turn down the volume of the tablet when that happens. But you know what? I mean, the GPS kind of grabs when the audio cue comes out. It kind of keeps like, hey, I don't want to forget this stop. You know, sometimes you're just jamming or whatever, and I hate to say it, sometimes you're just not paying attention to realizing how close you are to an exit. And I ain't going to be jerking. I'll just go on past it and go to the next one. So anyhow, I left St. Louis yesterday morning, Monday morning, and I got in Charleston, West Virginia, 540 some miles later, last night about 7 o'clock. So I met up with my person. I'm gonna call her my person. She's my ex-wife, but we're not like a thing. We're talking about it. We're exploring the idea. So she's my person. Okay, so we met up with her and had dinner. Just bullshitted for a while, just about an hour or so. It was like I said, 7 o'clock. She worked all day. I worked all day. I just wanted to have dinner and just see her for a little bit, and then she went on home, and I went to the truck and passed out. And I overslept this morning. The damn time zone, man. I've been operating on Central Time for the past month. Granted, I still went to bed because I have my microwave set for East Coast time. My truck clock is set for East Coast time, and of course, all the digital devices, they just changed for time zone. So I left. I overslept this morning. I woke up. It was 8:30. I mean, my alarm went off at 5:45. I turned it off. I remember turning it off. But usually I just lay there for a minute and I sit up and I wake up. But this morning, apparently, I went right back to sleep. I slept like 9.5 hours. It's like, holy crap, because I was in bed I was asleep by 11:30, 12 o'clock. No, I was asleep before 11. I laid down around 9:30, and I passed out probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. But I usually don't have any troubles waking up. But unless it's fall. Fall, you got the nice, cool weather. You get all snug as a bug in a rug. You get out, you get all bundled up. You just don't want to move, right? And that's the hardest part for me in the fall is waking up because it's so cool and you're comfortable as hell. So I get up at 8:30. I'm like, shit, I'm rushing. I don't even cook my breakfast burritos. I don't nuke them. I don't do nothing. I get up. I get woke up. I get dressed. I get out and do my pre-trip, and I hit the road. And I just delivered that load today. Today's Tuesday now. I delivered this load it's been about 30 minutes. I guess I've been here on site at this Lowe's in Garysburg, North Carolina I got here about 4:15, 4:20, something like that. And it's now 5:40, so I went ahead and dropped it. I grabbed it empty, and I was talking to the guy on the way out, because I looked my next load, I got to go to Greenville, North Carolina, for a pickup in the morning, which doesn't start until 9 o'clock in the morning. But I looked at see any truck stops between here and there. It's 85 miles away from here, but there is none. I mean, I can go back north about 5 miles to a 19, one of them pilot acquisitions, but it's only got like 40 spots, so it's iffy. I don't want to be stuck. And granted, there's a rest area on the way down that I looked on Trucker Path, but it says there was some spots available, but I don't know how big the place is. I don't know the area. But I was talking to this guy. I was like, I was going to go ahead and go back to the 19, about 5 miles north of here, which is in the opposite direction of where I'm going. But like I said, it's just iffy, man. 40 spots is probably full by now, So he's like, dude, you can park right here if you want. Then he was like, you probably ain't gonna food. I was like, shit, I just got a fresh Walmart delivery like 2 days ago, so I got food in the truck. So since I have the option of staying here, and the guard shack is open all night long, and they have a restroom for drivers, as long as I have access to a bathroom and a safe place to stay, I'm good. You never know when you gotta wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and do an emergency number 2. So that's where I'm staying. I'm here at the Lowe's DC in Garysburg, North Carolina tonight. And I'll get up in the morning and I'll go ahead and do the rest of go down to Greenville, pick that load up, and that's going to Orlando. Delivery for Thursday morning. Live unload at Walgreens. I read something about lumpers on the details of that trip, and I don't like it. Lumpers, man. I don't know. Well, whatever happens, happens. But so anyway, there's my week so far, man. And throughout this video, you've seen some little new animations that I've did. Let me know what you think about those. I thought it would be quite cool to kind of show my little trek on these routes and see how it works out. But remember, this Sunday, the 17th, we're drawing for that Christmas giveaway. Life of KO, Kendall, and myself. And we're going to post the winners up that day. So go back and look at the video, thumbnail right here. Make sure you follow the video, the instructions specifically, because doing a comment just isn't going to get you in. You have to comment the keyword and fill out that Google form, because some of you are commenting but not doing the form. We appreciate the comments, but the keyword isn't all you got to do to get in the comments. Be subscribed, use the keyword, fill out the form. That's the only way you're going to win. But I appreciate all you guys watching. Appreciate all the support. Yeah, good luck. You're not going to see another video from me until the announcement of the winner on Sunday. So Good luck, everybody. Don't miss your chance. I appreciate all the support. Thank you.